Primetime 3 sleeps away. The question is, are they ready? Different versions of that, but will they be ready? It is SNL. Landry Locker, Cody Stoots with you here. We will be live tomorrow out in Kingwood at BB's 24 hours from now. Really 23, 22 hours, depending on when we get out there. We will be there for the best happy hour in town on that neck of the woods. First drink on us, so we hope to see you there. Shout out to everyone who's joined us at Spanky's. We'll be back there next week, but tomorrow we're going north.
Yeah, Kingwood. The Voodoo Happy Hour is going to be popping. Hopefully, everybody coming out there heard from a lot of people. Hey, got to come north. Got to come north. Kingwood, got the opportunity for you. BB's in Kingwood. We'll see you there.
All right, let's hop into the injury report today for the Texans, and an interesting one to say the least, because mainly good news, but I would say the worst possible news is now a possibility with Kamari Lassiter missing yet another practice. But you have Woody Marks back, you have Will Anderson back, you have Trent Brown back, you have Danico Autry back. Kamari Lassiter, though, remains a big question, and that could be a big problem against this Kansas City team.
Boy, wouldn't it? This is among the worst games remaining that you could have Kamari Lassiter miss. Now, obviously, the possibility that he practices Friday and plays Sunday still exists. That's still a possibility, but missing Wednesday and missing Thursday, that's a bad sign for right now. The Texans also added another cornerback to the roster. So I think that's, a just in case they need that body when the game rolls around. But Derek Stingley, feel pretty good about his side of the field. Tremont Smith, I know he's held up at a couple of snaps here and there, but Tremont Smith versus the Kansas City Chiefs opposite Stingley, that's a tough go of things for the Texans.
Yeah, especially with the speed that the Chiefs got, and especially with the quarterback that they got, especially really with the desperation that they're playing with.
Yeah.
It would be a tough guy to overcome. You heard what D'Amico had to say about him. Now tell the people about the corner that the Texans added.
He's a guy that played primarily special teams for the Buffalo Bills this year, and when he did play on the field, his most snaps were at slot cornerback.
Hey, bro, Alpha Aaron here.
All right, go ahead. My bad.
So I don't think that he's really like a replacement for Kamari. Like, they'd have him up ready, but as a depth body, and maybe because somebody else on the depth chart plays a little bit more, they need this guy eventually. But
say his name again.
The corner they claimed off of waivers.
Yes.
Jamarcus Ingram.
Okay, Jamarcus Ingram. Okay.
Yeah.
Baskin.
Hey, bro, Alpha Aaron here.
I know we got a speed. We did get a speed, not even an EJ speed. We got a speed question today.
I honestly, without looking right now, I don't know Speed's first name.
I don't either. I just know that.
I know he made a special teams tackle. I don't know that required a question.
And I just know that he was asked, got the scouting report, didn't do that. But in all seriousness, Kamari Lassiter not playing would be a real big deal for the Texans in more ways than one. I think obviously naturally you focus on the receivers when it comes to the corner, but the help that he provides in the run game, the extra element he's provided on third down where they're blitzing with him now. He's a complete cornerback, and it would be a problem. Now, on the other side of things, though, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs. It's kind of a pick your poison. They're not going to feel sorry for you because the franchise quarterback that we speak of is likely going to be without both of his starting tackles, and we know he's going to be without one of the best guards in the league.
Yeah, so their injury report went unchanged. So Trey Smith still missed practice with an ankle injury, and Juwan Taylor still missed practice with 2 injuries. So that's the starting right side of the Chiefs' offensive line, and Josh Simmons, their starting left tackle, he's already on injured reserve. So Mahomes is missing 1 starter, probably missing 3 starters when Sunday Night Football rolls around, unless something miraculously happens for Trey Smith and Juwan Taylor. And that's – look, it's tough going against the Chiefs without Kamari Lassiter. It's way tougher going against the Texans defense without 3 of your starting offensive linemen.
Yeah, very tough. On the chat, Travel and Food with Malik says, feel very confident about this game and not just hopeful. So he's feeling very confident about this game.
I thought he said he was confident but not hopeful. I was like, aren't those two things the same? But I read it wrong.
Not just hopeful. He's confident in this game.
Okay. I like that from Malik. Sometimes he's a little pessimistic. So
is he? I don't think he's pessimistic. I think he's an analytical guy that likes to cuss and discuss a lot, but I don't think he's pessimistic at all. Is he? Maybe. Rich Boy J says Stone Cold Jamarcus Ingram. At PF Texans, good Lord, says congrats to Aziz on the Walter Payton nod. John Runyon, the standard when it comes to clean play, has issues with him. In my book, he's a saint.
Yeah, so Aziz is the team's Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. You could tell it meant a lot to him when we talked to him in the locker room today. I have a hunch that the National Football League is not going to select Aziz to win the award. But it shows that the teammates think a great deal, and so does the organization think a great deal of Aziz and how he operates.
Who are they going to select?
Who is the NFL going to select?
Yeah, Rashee Rice.
No. I don't know who else the other nominees are. But I got a hunch that a player that missed time for a hit is not going to get selected as the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Do you at all get a little bit concerned the fact that Rashee Rice is mainly a slot guy for Kansas City right now? We haven't really talked about that. Like normally when we talk about slot guys, I know we've talked a lot about Travis Kelce, but they've been using him a hell of a lot in the slot. Does that not, especially with Lassiter out, does that not kind of terrify you a little bit?
I mean, yes, it does terrify me. And I would say that there's probably not 5 guys playing better football right now than Rashee Rice at the wide receiver position. Like there's a few certainly, but there's not 5 guys playing better than him. He's been a monster since he came back from his suspension.
Well, and I also think that it's fortunate for the Texans. This isn't 7-on-7. So I mean,
correct.
I mean, I know that sounds, but I mean, like the D line does make it harder for the quarterback, and they give less time, and so like as concerning as that is, they can kind of make it a little bit more difficult. Like if this were a 7-on-7 game or something like that, it'd be like, oh shit, you're not going to have Lassiter and the slot. So it really is kind of a it's a hell of a battle. Like it's a hell of kind of, I don't even know if it's a chess match. It's just a flat out battle between, you might be without your second best corner. Although it wouldn't surprise me with tough ass Kamari Lassiter's out there tomorrow. Like, I mean, this is the guy who played in the bowl game that he didn't need to against Florida State, that Kirby Smart praises. This is the toughest corner in the league, according to D'Amico Ryans. Like, it would not surprise me to go out. Friday practices are always inside, walkthroughs inside NRG, and us see Kamari Lassiter on the practice field. Like, that would not surprise me the slightest, but he is obviously banged up, and then the Chiefs offensive line is banged up. So it's a hell of a battle. It's a good punch, counter punch.
Yeah. Well, and if there's any coach that's going to find ways to get his guy who's one of the hottest receivers in football the ball, it's going to be Andy Reid and Mahomes. Like, they're not going to ignore Rashee Rice. They're not going to let you take him away. They're going to find mismatches and they're going to move him around. And yeah, he's played a lot of slot since his return. And then he's good on the outside too. Stingley's got to cover somebody. And then the other guy who's potentially not Lassiter's got to cover maybe Rashee Rice. So it's tough.
Sean Elvis says, Jay Simmons says he's down to come play for D'Amico. Dude, why is Kay Adams doing that corny shit? And the only reason I saw this is because Jonathan Alexander showed me it. Like, I don't even listen to her ever since she had Casario on and asked about Ladarius Henderson. I don't even listen to her, but like, what Alexander showed me it, and I was like, what is going on here? Like, what is that? Let me beg to go play safety for the Texans. Like, good God, man.
I have to imagine that Justin Simmons probably isn't a very good football player anymore, based on the fact that it took him forever to find a job in 2024, and nobody has come anywhere near Justin Simmons in 2025. So I have to imagine that he's not a very good football player anymore.
It's just it's a weird bit that JA showed me today when we were waiting for the Nick Caley presser. Which, speaking of which, your boys asked Nick Caley about his controversial moments the other day. I don't know if y'all are gonna love what he had to say, but we'll hear from old Nick in a sec.
Nick.
Yeah, we had Hey Bro had to ask something that I didn't even cut, and then we actually had to ask the questions that matter.
But what were you saying before? My bad. I had to get my Nick drop in. That was kind of.
Oh, I was going to say that lots of people on Twitter should invoice Kay Adams for being the producer for her show.
Yeah, and it's not even the right one. Like, she got asked about Ladarius. Nick got asked about, like, even Casario was like, "Whoa, okay, there must be some Michigan fans here." But yeah, ever since that, I just I'm not really listening to what's going on with that. So let's hear from Nick Caley. And the question I have for the people, and by the way, I have a cold weather Miami Fairbairn update too that I'll give you in a second. You know, yesterday, no sleeves. Today, it was very miserable outside, I will say. It felt really, really bad.
It wasn't that bad. You were just poorly dressed.
It was pretty bad, buddy.
It was not that bad.
It was pretty bad, buddy.
You're acting like you were on an Arctic expedition. It was
pretty bad. It was misty and it was very, very cold. It was in the 40s and it was misty.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Let's be serious. Let's be serious.
It was easy weather to prepare for unless you're Landry Locker.
Just because you had a car tarp that you were wearing does not make it any better. I was wearing this. I was fine.
Oh,
but it was miserable.
Oh, what'd you call it?
A car tarp.
Fuck you. Yeah, you say you're not fat phobic.
I'm not, man.
You got to fight with that guy at the laundromat.
Did not happen.
You thought Trent Brown was useless, and he's not because Trent Brown's fat.
Did not happen.
And now you called my Carhartt a car tarp. That's bullshit.
Anyway, let's hear from Nick Caley. So Nick Caley made two controversial decisions last week, one of which was the decision to go for it on 4th down and do so twice with the Cade Stover tush push, which whatever. I didn't love it. I would have kicked the field goal, but whatever. But the other one was the one that kind of drove J.J. Watt and I think a lot of Texans fans nuts. And that was where the end of the second quarter, where you run a play, then you snap it 41 seconds later. JJ says he doesn't know the plan. And quite frankly, I didn't either. Let's start with the tush push, the back-to-back tush push, Cade Stover. You asked him about this, Cody, and asked him about the development of the play. And this is what it sounded like.
The next to last offensive possession, going for it on 4th down. D'Amico said that he liked the push on 3rd down, and he wanted to go for it on 4th down. I think the phrasing he used was run it again. Did he say we'd like the same play again, or he wanted you to get that yard?
Yeah, we were talking about the same play. I mean, we had success on the first two. Thought we had a good push, actually, on the third one. They marked it short, and is what it is. So had confidence to go out there and do it, and unfortunately we came up short on that.
So we were wondering if D'Amico Ryans made the call that it was the same play, and Nick Caley made it sound like a collaborative effort, but it sounds like the head coach walked over there and said, "Do it again."
Yeah. Okay. I mean, whatever, I guess. What about the development and how we arrived at the – what are we calling the Cade thing? Do we have anything creative to call it? Is it just the –
Stover dozer, Stover shove, their version of the tush push?
That. Let's hear Nick.
How did you come about developing that play and deciding on Cade for that role in that situation?
I think Kate had history doing it, dating back, at least working through it at Ohio State, and always have researched that for a couple of years. And we had a lot of guys that have done the same thing on our staff, so it's kind of where the origin, I guess, the genesis of it was for us, and just trying to find an alternative way to give us an opportunity to convert a first down, really. And Kate had experience with that too.
What do you see as kind of the key to that play being a successful play consistently?
Yeah, I think you gotta be able to have good pad level. You gotta have good inertia and surge off the initial wave on the line. You got to be able to find the soft spot and be able to press and push.
All right, there you go. It's a good breakdown. He's always really good at breaking down the plays. I mean, look, whatever.
You hate the play. You think it's stupid.
I mean, I don't think it's a nonstop. Let's run it twice in a row play.
No,
I don't think this. I think maybe even a 5% element of surprise with this offense would benefit it. I don't think this offense is they know what we're going to do. Let's get it done type of offense. So I like it fine. I don't like it as much as he did.
It was totally fine as a play that should have finished the day 2 for 3. It was totally fine. Finishing the day 2 for 4 made it appear to be a much worse play than it actually was.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Malik wanted to justify your claims against him. I apologize for that, Malik. I know Cody's a mean guy sometimes. He says, I'm not pessimistic, just want to implement my opinion. And I appreciate it. I don't label you that. That's Cody. So to all the listeners,
because you're so fucking nice to the chat.
I apologize to the way that Cody treated you, Malik, and I'm here for you, my friend.
Malik, your comments are always welcome.
And I don't look at him as pessimistic. I look at him as
okay.
fun.
Well, I will refrain from categorizing anybody's comments except for Jerome. I'll refrain from categorizing anybody's comments. I apologize that I miscategorized your comments, Malik. That will not happen again. We appreciate you interacting.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. What did Jerome said that they didn't trade the pick? Remember? Oh my God, that was the last time.
We don't need to. He's been MIA since then.
That was hilarious. They didn't trade the pick. Anyway, I don't understand the operation of the Texans at the end of the first half. So
a consistent issue with this offense.
So you have 1:51 remaining. You have 2 timeouts. The first play that you run is a beauty. 12 yards to Dalton Schultz. And then you don't snap the ball till 41 seconds later. You run a play, which, by the way, Nick Caley said he was trying to run a play to get to the sideline. So you huddle up for 41 seconds to stop the clock? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
This was
literally what he said. He literally said, I'm already reacting to it before he play it.
Yeah, let the people hear it. You're so disgusted by this. Hearing it again is not going to make you feel any better about it.
The end of the first half, I know JJ was on the broadcast. He said he didn't understand the plan. What was the plan there?
Yeah, the plan was to end the first half with points, and just not dissimilar to the week before in Buffalo. Similar situation, timing-wise, may have been a little bit different in terms of seconds or whatever, but to be able to, get our drive started, we were going to be in our normal mode, and then we were going to kick it into our 2-minute mode. We didn't convert the third down, so I think that might have altered the approach from there, unfortunately. Didn't execute.
First play, I think the confusion is after the first play, it was 41 seconds from the next snap, and then you ran a play and it was 25 seconds. So is that executing the plan as like 41 seconds?
I would say this: the first one, the first play, we're going to be in our normal offense in that situation. Every situation's different. We did, and then relative to that second one, had an opportunity hopefully to get to the sideline. I could have probably done a better job, maybe given in hindsight a better play than obviously to not gain enough yards and not get out of bounds. So if I could go do it back again, I certainly would on that second play. But ultimately, we were going to start in a normal mode and go from there when we felt it was time to go do that. So
the 41 seconds is just
according
to plan?
Yeah, normal operating procedure in terms of huddle operation.
My absolute favorite part of the entire exchange, my unquestioned, will not be beat favorite part of the entire exchange is when he says, yeah, we were going to start normal and get into our 2-minute offense after that. When they got the ball under 2 minutes. We're going to start normal and get in our 2-minute offense when they got the ball under 2 minutes. What? What are you doing?
I'm glad you find this funny. I just so let's just go through what he said. They get the ball with 150. They run a perfect play. They huddle up for 41 seconds to run a play to stop the clock. What? Like, why would you not have some sort of like a normal functioning offensive team? Why would you not have some sort of situation where if you run a really good play, at the very least, if you're not going to use your timeout, you can huddle right up and run a play to the sidelines. Then you don't get out of bounds. So you're trying to stop the clock. You literally just huddled for 41 seconds to stop the clock. These are his words. And then after you fail to get out of bounds, you let 21 more seconds go off the clock. I just, and you have 2 timeouts with all this going on. I'm flabbergasted by this. Like for people that want to defend Nick Caley and say, oh, he's getting better. Oh, he's getting better and blah, blah, blah. These are the types of things that once you start playing good teams, once you get into the playoffs, hell, could have happened against the Colts. Like these types of mindsets and him literally laying that out, this is what prevents you from reaching your goal. Like this is like right here. Just remember this and just understand that this is what's going to prevent the Texans with their defense and whatever you want from reaching their goals. So don't act surprised about it. Don't sugarcoat it. He literally just said that in a situation where 3 points basically would have ended the game. Like three points basically, like if you're up 10 because you get the ball back the next half, you end up scoring. If you're up double digits in this game, you probably win the game. It's probably a wrap. He literally just said, and we saw it, so we thought it, but he literally just said that their goal was to run a play, perfect play, to start it off. Huddle up for 40 seconds so that they could run a play to get out of bounds and stop the clock. So you take 41 seconds with 2 timeouts left to try to stop the clock. And then when you don't stop the clock, you let 21 more seconds go off the clock. So you kill 1 minute and 2 between trying to stop the clock. Like, that is insane. That's crazy. He said it with a straight face. I believed him. He wasn't lying. He literally said that with a straight face. That is terrible.
I just don't understand how you're going to say we started normal and then we're going to get in our 2-minute offense when you're under 2 minutes. Like that,
well, you call a perfect play to start it.
How are you not? How are you? And even if you're somewhat content to just try to get a field goal, you're still moving at a faster pace than the pace that they moved at. So I don't understand how they didn't operate in a more hurried manner from the beginning. The justification for, well, we're going to start in our normal offense and then go to 2 minutes, despite it being under 2 minutes, that doesn't make any sense. And it's just, it's bad. It's been bad. They've been irregular and bad at that end of the first half scenario.
What was he saying there? Like, so you were literally, y'all ran a play to run a short play to stop the clock. Just spike it, brother. Like, hey, moron, spike it. Like if your goal is to stop the clock after a big play, spike it. Like, honestly, think about what he just said, Cody. He literally just said they huddled up for 41 seconds to run a play to stop the clock, which took 50 seconds. It took 50 seconds off of 151 that you had. Spike it. There's a quick way to stop the clock. You huddled up to stop the clock. This is stupid. Like, this is stupid. Like, it's not a, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. No, this is stupid. He literally said they huddled up for 41 seconds to run a play to stop the clock. It was a swing pass, a dump off to Woody Marks with 2 timeouts. Spike it. If you win the clock, you don't need 41 seconds to stop the clock.
And then when the clock did not stop, they did not stop the clock.
And here's the other thing about it. The Colts had just basically conceded that they weren't going to try to score. They punted to you. So it's not like you're facing like the greatest offense in the world. And even if you are, you have time. He literally said they needed 41 seconds to stop the clock. Spike it, brother. Spike it, brother. That takes you 10 seconds. I just saved you 40 seconds.
Or don't worry about stopping the clock and just run a play in hurry up offense because it's under 2 minutes and you should be in your 2-minute offense anyway.
Yeah, I just that is insane to me, man. And that is the type of stuff. It's not even about not scoring in the red zone. It's about feel. And there's a complete lack of feel. He literally just said that. It's worse to hear the second time around. But
you want to hear it again?
I don't. I just deleted it from the thing. You can't even play it. It's gone.
I'd pull it up and play it again if you want to hear it again.
I'll play it tonight in the locker room. I need to breathe before I hear this. It's insane that he said that. It's crazy.
Did you think it was stupid?
SSG says Bend Over Stover is the name, and yes, it's stupid. He's talking about Bend Over Stover is the play.
Nope, nobody's calling it Bend Over Stover. That's not the name for the play.
Izzy says thoughts on Dan Orlovsky. High praise for Caley. I don't listen to what Dan Orlovsky says about the Texans. I don't listen to what Stephen A. Smith says about the Texans. So I don't have any thoughts.
The next time I listen to Dan Orlovsky about the Texans, he better be telling me what is the heinous things the organization did to Deshaun Watson that were so bad that he couldn't even say them on TV.
Yeah, he said it's so bad. Y'all don't even understand. That was when he was trying to get on. That was when he was kind of had the knee pads from all. Now I do find it interesting that there are some who like will say, I don't listen to Stephen A. And then he says something about the Texans, and it's like putting up what Stephen A. said. It's like, do you listen to him or not? You know, like is it only when he's dumb? I don't know, but yeah.
Nick Caley, we're going to run our normal offense to get into our 2-minute offense under 2 minutes.
All right, Sean on the chat. I got to read this because I think this might be some Caley defense, and we love both points. He says, "Don't group think. The reasoning was simple: start slow, tick off the clock so the opponent never gets a chance to get the ball back. The execution was ass, but logic was sound." So it's sound logic to huddle up for 41 seconds out of 151 when you still need some yards, and then try to get to the sideline when the offense is all but conceded. Come on, Sean. Don't be a goofball who's just trying to like put these coaches on some sort of pedestal and assume they're all smart. Don't be like that, man. Come on.
They still had to go 60 yards to get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, again, if and I suspect there is I have a high belief that they were content to just get a field goal out of that situation.
They didn't even go about that the right way.
But even that was not, even the operation that they put together was not good enough to get them a field goal, because ultimately, and then Jaden Higgins caught a stray from D'Amico the other day. He's like, we got to turn that upfield. It's like, yeah, I get that, but like also the rookie shouldn't be in that position where if he doesn't convert it on third down, like you could still maybe kick the field goal. Like it was bad operation all around. It's been a consistent issue. It's going to cost them a game if they do not get better at it.
Yeah, it was terrible. And hopefully they figure something out. I just can't really fathom that that's normal. I'd also put a pin in it based on how D'Amico Ryans talked about it right after it happened on the walking into the locker room, but also the way he kind of talked about it. Like I'd put a pin in it as like a not great for Nick Caley trying to keep his job with the outcome of this season. Well, I would also put a pin in it and see how he handles it next time. You know,
well, it's been bad 2 games in a row, so and it's been bad most of the time.
Bad in San Francisco, but like I would say, like, see how he handles it next time, because they dodged a bullet. You won. You know? You won.
Well, it's going to cost you a game one day.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Will Roy Boy says Earth Stover said the Earth Mover Toro Dozer.
Earth Stover said like Earth Mover Toro Dozer. I think I'll stick with Stover. Toro Dozer's not bad, but Toro's not involved in the play.
Let's hear some more from Nick Caley. Let's just is it get a little bit better? I think it gets a little bit better. The blitz. They've been picking up the blitz a little bit better. Let's hear Nick Caley on why that is.
We stress communication. We stress seeing it through the same set of eyes. It starts with our mic point and our declaration, and then everybody else being able to communicate and know exactly what we're doing. Leave nothing to chance, communicate, and then be able to make our calls accordingly. We want to protect inside out, and we we take a lot of reps in terms of blitz pickup, stunts, pick stunts, games, et cetera, like that. So it's like anything else, you got to work at it to improve it, and that's what we're still trying to do.
They've done a better job against blitzes. Let's see how they do against the blitz master, Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah, they've done a better job blocking as a whole, like in every area.
They have settled in nicely. I mean, basically since Trent Brown got inserted into the situation.
Which Nick Caley was asked about why the O-line has settled in, and here's what he had to say.
They've continued to get better at just fundamental football. In the run game, I think our double teams and combinations have gotten better and improved steadily. And I think just time on task, trying to settle in with the guys that are in there now. Just more time at doing it, honestly. We've improved on that. I think in terms of the pass protection, the cohesiveness, starting with communication and being on the same page, those guys have done a really good job of just working together, communicating so that we're all coordinated in terms of our distribution in the pass pro. So when you couple that, run game, pass protection, I think we've made some strides. We still gotta make some more strides, but I've been pleased with the improvement from that standpoint. We get a lot of extra work at practice, do a lot of stuff fundamentally in terms of blitz pickup, et cetera. And I think it's starting to show improvement at a good pace. We just got to make more.
And since we've kind of picked on him, I will say Jerome makes a good point in the chat. This is the ultimate test. Like the Chiefs, this is where we can kind of judge it as to how good you are against the blitz, against Spags, who knows what he's doing. So this will be the ultimate test to that.
Well, he also left out the fact that we stopped playing Laken Tomlinson. That's a good, you're heading in the right direction that way.
How about Laken, man? Didn't even get asked about. That's when you know you're terrible. Like, you started 7 games. No one even thought about asking about him. And I don't blame anyone, but didn't even get asked about him. D'Amico didn't get asked about him. CJ didn't get asked about him. The guy who had a locker right next to him didn't get asked about him. As a matter of fact, Jalen Thomas moved right in, and it was almost like Ariante Ursery got a new roommate, and he was happy about it. Like, it was like shout out to Laken Thompson. Great guy. Great career, by the way. Good for him. But you're terrible when it doesn't even come up.
Yeah, it has not been a talking point. They also started putting a 6th offensive lineman out there to help in some situations. So, yeah, people have improved. They've also played guys who are better than the guys they were playing, and they've also put the best talent combination that they could on the field.
The best 5.
That's not what I said.
The best 5. They got the best 5 out there, according to Cody Stoots.
Nope. You can't find a quote of me saying that.
They found their best 5. The quest for 5.
You're going to find my 5 toes up your ass. You keep talking to me like that.
The best 5. They got it. They also got Nico Collins, who's playing pretty well lately. Top 10 fantasy receiver in 3 of the last 4 weeks. Only off week, really, the Buffalo, where they only played 1/2 of offense, really.
1 quarter.
Well, I'm trying to be a little more positive here with old Nick Caley. But here was Nick Caley talking about Nico Collins and what he brings to the table.
I think you go into it and you're not sitting there trying to necessarily make anybody a decoy. We try to put together a plan that gives, our players opportunities to go out and have success. Nico's a very important person and player to our obviously organization. So, but we also feel that guys that are in the other, eligible spots to be able to catch the ball, you're also putting everybody in the position that we feel utilizes their strengths, skill set, based on personnel group, et cetera, style of play, whether it's pass types, et cetera. So I think those are the biggest things, is trying to not have a one trick pony at one spot and then you don't have a viable option. Try to have pure whether it's a pure progression with backside complements. So if you're off your first and second read, you have things that you like pertaining to the coverage structures that you're going to see in the passing game.
He got a little detailed in there for me. Like, hey, just it helps other guys when Nico's covered, and when Nico's not covered, get in the ball.
Caley, man, drive me nuts. But Dalton Schultz, I did ask him about Dalton. He kind of lit up talking about Dalton Schultz. I think Dalton Schultz has been kind of a unsung hero. Contract year, Dalton Schultz. And it is a fake year remaining on the contract. But Dalton's been good. Blocking's been better. He's the leading receiver on the team, believe it or not. And he's been available throughout the season despite clearly being banged up. I asked Nick Caley what he thinks of the Texans tight end. Here's what old Nick had to say.
What is Dalton Schultz's, what is his impact on this offense? Maybe not just on the field, but in the meeting rooms and everything else?
Yeah, I mean, he's a pro. He's smart. He's extremely savvy. He understands the big picture. He sees the game through the lens, the big picture lens, not just in the call it tight end box. He's one of the smartest players that I've had an opportunity to work with. I have a lot of respect for him. He cares a lot. He works really, really, really hard. He's here early. He's here late. I have all the respect in the world for him. And I think when you've had a successful career and you've played as long as he has, and he goes about it the right way, there's, to me, it's not by just a happening of why he's had success. And he's got character. He's great, leader for the guys in the room, and he does a lot for us in a lot of ways. And I'm proud of the way he's competed this year. I really am.
Schultz has had a really nice year.
Oh, what'd you call him?
Especially considering how poorly he played last year in a variety of ways.
What'd you call him?
And one of his biggest weaknesses.
All the white tight ends look alike.
One of his biggest weaknesses from last year has not been a glaring weakness this year, and that's the blocking.
Well, they also haven't put him on as much of an island. Like I don't expect that we're going to go back to Kansas City and watch. I don't think Dalton Schultz will be asked to block George Karlaftis one-on-one as much as he was last year. I hope not, or else it's going to be a long-ass game. But I would say that he's probably not going back there and having to do that as much as he was asked to do last year.
Damn it, Bobby.
Correct. But he could have blocked less last year, and he still would have looked terrible doing it. He's doing better with the opportunities that they have needed him to block this year.
That Karlaftis thing was crazy last year.
And then he just kind of looked at him, and then CJ's over there just like on the ground looking like a outline on a SVU show. It's like, what happened? Why was that the plan?
On the chat, Logan says, you still feel we should extend Ingram posts after the season?
If I was Nick Caserio, I'd call right now and see if you get a deal done. I got to imagine Ed Ingram watched every guard who was worth a phone call get a huge amount of money in free agency. And I got to imagine Ed Ingram's thinking, if I hit free agency, I'm making at least $16 million a year. So I would think it's probably pretty hard to keep him, to get something done in season.
You said 16 mil?
If he hits free agency, he's going to get vastly overpaid.
Mr. G King 95.
Do you disagree?
I have no idea. That seems like a lot, but
Aaron Banks got 20 and he's awful.
No, I know. I'm not, I just don't, that's a lot, but
I wouldn't pay him that.
Yeah. Okay. So you're
I'm not advocating to pay Ed Ingram a lot of money. I'm advocating to get a deal where you save some money from him hitting free agency.
A team-friendly deal. Okay.
Right. And I would tell you that Ed Ingram should not sign that deal. If I was Ed Ingram's agent, I would say, tell him to stick it. We're going to go to free agency.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I was not advocating to pay Ed Ingram $16 million.
Okay. Mr. G King 95 says this season proves we are just a good GM/OC away from greatness. This New England stuff is going to hold this team back. Bring in McCown and Louis Riddick as GM. No, thank you on Louis Riddick.
Well, you're still a good GM away if Louis Riddick's your GM.
No, thank you on Louis Riddick. I'm Josh McCown all day for me. I'll take Josh McCown all day. And I bet he would have a good coaching staff, and I think he'd be able to work with the quarterback. I don't know how the play calling would be, but I'm not opposed. But some people would probably want a guy who's called plays and failed before. Let's just make that very clear. Like when someone says, I want a proven offensive coordinator, you want someone who's called plays and failed before. That's what you want. Like that's not, there's not undamaged goods that come and call plays. So there you go. But no, thank you on Louis Riddick. ESG Soccer says settle and lock out has us cooked. Caley out. I would say the Lassiter is the thing. I think you can probably make do without Settle, which we'll get into that right now. Tim Settle, done for the season, perhaps done as a Houston Texan. He was going to be a free agent. I lean towards this was probably Tim Settle's final year, and they're probably going to churn that position or maybe even get younger via draft. But Tim Settle, we thought he was going to perhaps get an opportunity to get some revenge in KC. He's done for the season. What was your favorite Tim Settle memory?
I mean, he had a stretch last year where he was really good, and he had a few sacks in a few games, and that's probably the best he's played for this team is that little stretch there. But they have 3 defensive tackles under contract for next season, and one of them is a late round rookie who didn't play at all this year because he had a season-ending injury in training camp. Mario Edwards Jr., Tommy Togiai, and Keontae Hamilton are the only 3 defensive tackles signed beyond this season for the Texans.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely draft one, and I would assume that they'll probably. I mean, they can find the next Tim Settle. I mean, if that's
Sure.
really, find the next Tim Settle, and we know they're going to coach him up. So that's something that they do very well. So yeah, Tim Settle gone. Tommy Togiai still there. Then you have Edwards and stuff. Can't believe you're still doing that. The Rhino says, Landry, get your Birdman drop ready. What are we doing with Birdman?
What happened to that boy?
What's going on with Birdman?
Solomon Bird's on the active roster now.
Okay. What's he going to do?
I don't know. He'd probably be inactive on Sunday.
Dietology says, would you overpay McDaniels for OC?
I mean, I don't think it's 100% he's getting fired. I think he is going to get fired.
Hey, they're in the hunt, man.
Yeah, it's weird they put him on the graphic with 8 losses. That's not going to happen.
Cleveland was on the graphic last week.
Okay, well, that's a little extreme.
They were.
Yeah, so I'm not. It's not 100% he's getting fired. If he gets fired, then he strikes me as the type of guy that might take a year off. He also strikes me as the type of guy that might just go do some San Fran rehab.
High-grade marijuana called Kush on the streets.
And then, as far as like what it takes, like if you want Mike McDaniel to be your offensive coordinator next year, nobody should outbid you.
You're going back to the system that you got rid of for a year, which I mean, it's fine. If it needs to be done, it needs to be done. But that's basically what you're doing.
Correct. I mean, I don't give a damn what system it is. I just want them to be better on offense.
Yeah.
I give a damn if they have to run the triple option to get better.
I know. But it would be funny.
Well, it would be an indictment on how bad the Nick Caley hire was, obviously, because he'd be a one-and-done guy. It would be an indictment on the process where they landed on a totally different system, thinking that was what they needed. And then it would be an indictment on they probably should have never gone out of that tree that they were comfortable with.
By they, D'Amico.
He makes all the decisions, and he would tell you that it all falls at his feet. So, yes.
Tell me everything you can about Jamarcus Ingram.
Jamarcus Ingram played mostly special teams for the Bills when he did play, and then he played a little bit at slot cornerback and a couple of snaps outside and one snap at safety. And I don't know why he's getting Tim Settle's roster spot, but it would lean itself to you may need a little bit of cornerback depth if Kamari's going to miss a game.
Poor Kamari. Poor Kamari. The impact of no Lassiter, it's obvious. Now you have Tremont Smith starting.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Yep.
So Tremont Smith starts. Who knows what that does for your special teams? And then on the inside, they were bumping Bullock inside a little bit. You're not necessarily doing
Lassiter,
that.
not Bullock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. No, I'll hit myself with it. They are always together, though.
Race car.
You went Schultz Stover. I went Lassiter, Bullock. But they were bumping Lassiter inside, so it kind of decreases the versatility. It decreases the physicality, and it makes that advantage that you have in the trenches all that more important to kind of cancel out where you're at. So it just adds a whole new element to things.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we walk out there tomorrow and he's on the practice field, and that bodes well for the chances for Sunday, but it's not going to be easy to adjust around not having Kamari Lassiter in this matchup where you could really use Kamari Lassiter.
Yep. Got to keep an eye on it. That the impact of him potentially not being there is alive. We have some other news. We've talked about the defense. We've talked about the offense. How about the special teams? Your boy was on the scene again. Cold weather Fairbairn. You know he hates it. Yesterday, no sleeves. Today, he has the sleeves and he's playing soccer, man. And he ain't fooling me. He's just doing that to move around. This isn't looking good. This cold weather Fairbairn thing.
Well, hold on.
Good.
Yesterday, you were ready to erect a statue in his honor for going out there with no sleeves.
But that's because he was. It looked like he was really trying to ballot. He's not even trying to hide it now. He's running around playing soccer before, and he's got the sleeves on. I know he kicked a soccer ball before, but in this one, he's basically playing full field. This cold weather Fairbairn thing not great, man. This ain't gonna go well. Man.
What if he rolls out there in no sleeves Sunday night?
There's a 0% chance that happens.
See Kaimi.
There's a 0% chance that happens.
You see Kaimi over on the sideline. He's got two of those giant jackets on him. Just like,
oh,
I don't know.
Dude, he is sitting on that heated bench like crazy. He is hovering over that heated bench.
He's testing out where in the bench is the warmest before the game, so he makes sure he stays hot.
He is going to be – his ass is going to be on that bench like crazy. There is a 0% chance he's moving from that. So there you go.
Yep.
Good for Kiami Fairbairn for not trying to hide it anymore.
He might handle the cold better than you do.
I would say it's the same.
You were shivering inside today.
Dude, it was cold inside. Let's be real. It was cold. Normally they have the AC blaring, but the locker room is hot. It was cold outside today. Let's be real. It was cold in that room. And Aaron was doing his thing. Aaron was kind of lurking around today. Aaron was in rare form today in that corner. He sits in that corner. He sits in that corner, and you don't know what Aaron's up to. You got to be careful. You got to be careful when Alpha Aaron's in that corner. He's got the phone. He's got the laptop. You got to keep your head on a swivel when it goes down.
He does go hide in the corner.
He's right there. He's just hunched in that corner, man. No, like everybody else is at a table. Aaron's just hunched. Like it's like a kid who got disciplined who had to go put his nose in the corner back in the old school days, back when you used to have the nose in the corner treatment. He goes over there and he just propped in that corner, right behind the media section.
Yeah, the little pop up behind the coaches. Aaron's like hiding over there behind it.
And then he makes that walk in the sweatsuit to the restroom, comes back, and he's ready to chat.
Gets ready for his questions that elicit this response.
Come on. On the chat here on SNL, we hope you'll join us tomorrow at BB's Tex Orleans in Kingwood on Friday. We will be out there. Cody will be there. I don't know if he's going to eat any oysters, but he will figure something out on that menu. Figure something out.
Why wouldn't I eat any oysters?
I don't know. I said I didn't know. I didn't say you weren't. I just said I don't know if he's going to eat any oysters. I don't know. I don't know what you're ordering because I said I'm getting oysters and boiled shrimp. I didn't know. You might be. Who knows?
Do I need to bring a space heater for you?
A what?
A space heater?
What's the weather tomorrow?
Oh, I don't know. If it drops below 60, you basically wear a parka to work.
It's a fact. Doyle says for your hypothermia treatment. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. On the chat, PCX says Lassiter can still play if he doesn't practice tomorrow, right? He can. There's no rules against it. The only reason that we had the rules with CJ is because it was concussion protocol. You got to have 2 practices without symptoms. There could be NFL players that don't practice all week and play. Typically, though, when they don't practice, they usually designate them out or questionable. And I'm assuming if Kamari Lassiter doesn't practice a single time, that he would be ruled out. Now, let's keep in mind, too, that last year we do have the precedent of Joe Mixon not practicing throughout the week, practicing Friday, and then being inactive on Sunday. So just because he does practice does not mean that he will play. But typically you look at the designation, it's either out, questionable, all that. So that's really what you take a look at, which we'll have tomorrow when we're live out there at BB's.
Correct. Yeah. And I mean, if there was a player that could not practice all week and then play, I would think that Kamari Lassiter would get the thumbs up for that opportunity. But it seems unlikely if he does not practice tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't have a prediction. People are asking, do you think he plays or not? I don't have a feel or a prediction of this one. I did not anticipate the injury. I do know that he's tough. So if he's not practicing, then basically there's something going on, but I don't have like some sort of prediction, some sort of call as to whether or not he's going to play. I don't have a shot to call here.
If he's at practice tomorrow, I would hope that he could play. And if he's not at practice tomorrow, I won't expect him to play.
So if he did, yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. So were you satisfied with Nick Caley today, or did you think
satisfied in what way?
Did you think that he explained that into half? Do you feel better about Nick Caley after that?
I mean, if that was their thought process, it's an incorrect thought process.
Okay.
So sure. I do not co-sign their approach.
Did you have any takeaways from Matt Burke today?
I did not.
None.
I did not.
Okay. Did you have any takeaways from Frank Ross today?
He noted their return ability, and you would think, obviously, with a team that has a couple of speedsters here and there, that they'd have some ability to get some returns going. And he says nice things about the opposing special teams coach every week.
I feel like Frank might be spending too much time in the weight room and not enough time in the film room. He's getting a little too jacked.
Okay.
Well, I think that's what's going on with the special teams. I think he's kind of getting a little too meatheady.
I mean, they had a couple of
I'm just kidding.
They had a couple of big issues, and then they kind of corrected it.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, they did their thing.
Frank, no sleeves guy at practice today.
Yeah, and then he dropped a pass when he went out there all excited. He sprinted out. Oh, hey, let's go. Let's get it. And then they threw him a pass. He dropped it. You weren't there for that.
He's a special teams coach, not the receivers coach.
He was a receiver in college.
It's a long time ago.
Come on.
Long time ago.
He dropped it, man.
If you just throw something at Jerry Rice today, is he supposed to catch it?
He dropped it. What do you think the top local news story is going to be? Like, if there's any, like, is it going to be? It's going to be returning to the scene, and then is it going to be Ursary and Noel going home? Is that the local news, Jim? Like, if you had to guess, what would you say the next 2 days, like on the local news? What do you think the top stories are? Because I already know what it's going to be.
So, like, if Randy's doing the broadcast on Channel 2, he's like, hey, Ariante Ursary, Jalen Noel, both Kansas City guys going back to help the Texans get over a hump they couldn't get over twice last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You think that's the top story in the past?
No, it's definitely in the conversation, though.
What do you think is the top news story? The top local news story
ahead of this game?
Yes, like in the next 2 days. What do you think it is? Obviously,
going back to Kansas City where they didn't win last year twice.
Nope.
Okay, well, fill me in then.
They're going to hammer the Aziz Walter Payton thing.
Oh.
It is going to be the biggest, like, favor type of thing. They are going to hammer it. The Aziz Walter Payton Man of the Year thing. It is going to be hammered.
You're probably right about that.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, really deservedly so, because the reality is he's done a lot off the field even before any of this happened. Like, it's been kind of well known, but yeah, that is going to be, like, if you turn on the local news today, I promise you, there's going to be, like, insane, like, Walter Payton Man of the Year thing.
Hey, we got our Texans insider Aaron Wilson at the stadium today talking to Aziz. Aziz Al-Shire, Walter Payton, Man of the Year nominee for the Texans. He talked about how important it was for him to be the team's nominee for the prestigious award. Hey, thanks, Aaron.
Do they kick it to Aaron? Does Aaron do the stand-ups?
Yeah, they kick it to Aaron on Channel 2.
On the game days, or like on practice days too?
I don't think he does live. Like, he's not have like the truck and he's not live, but like they do to Aaron. They go to Aaron cutaways.
Damn, man. So if this were 10 years ago, Aaron would have his own cameraman, you think?
Yeah, they'd probably send a cameraman for him.
And Aaron would be out there doing a stand-up?
Yes, he would.
Oh, dude.
What is
that, dude? What is that for real? What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, somebody's not watching the Aaron Wilson stand-ups.
What is that? What are you doing?
I'm just doing what I've seen Aaron do.
Oh, he does the Saban, like the.
Yes. Did you weren't catching that? That's what he does.
Oh yeah, but Saban does that. Saban kills it with that. It's a good thing. A hand mover. Okay. I like a good hand move.
Are we putting Aaron Wilson and Nick Saban in the same communicator category?
No, but I mean, I don't have any problem with that. I think that's solid. All right. On that note, see y'all at BB's tomorrow. It's going to be a fun time. The happy hour is insane. The first drink is on us. Maybe Cody will eat oysters. Maybe he won't. Who knows? But
maybe I'll wear my car tarp, as you called it.
Dude, you took that the wrong way. I was just saying that you had a lot of layers on, like it was heavy layers.
I had this on.
It wasn't a size joke.
I had this on. This was
take that off and show the size of it. Like that's a big ass sweater.
I'm not taking my clothes off for you.
No. Take that off and show the people how big that sweater is.
Well, it couldn't cover a car, that's for sure.
All right. See how much of the sign it can cover right there. The Houston football. Can it cover the H and the F? Can it cover the H and the F? Yes. And that's about, yes. That, dude, it was a tall tee. It was a tall tee sweater too. You can't even hear him. It was a tall tee. Yes, thank you.
It's not covering the top.
That was a normal size thing. Thank you. I just said it was a very thick.
It doesn't cover the whole thing.
I just said it was a very thick hoodie. That's all I said.
Well,
Tall tee.
That's not what you said.
Tall tee, baby.
I know what you intimated.
Remember the tall tee days?
No. I remember people wearing them, but I never wore them.
Yeah, tall tees outside of Foot Locker. Tall tee with the sticker.
The sticker.
The sticker, the sticker on. Tall tee with the sticker.
Oh, I did. I don't remember the stickers, but I did not experience the tall tees. I don't think like you did.
Tall tee with the sticker. S. Carter. Riding peanut butter like George Washington Carver. All right. Anyway, on that note, we'll see y'all tomorrow at BB's. Appreciate y'all for rolling through. You know you wanted to get that sweater off too, by the way. You're feeling good right now, right? It was getting hot with that sweater on. Be honest.
No, my domain is perfectly temperature controlled.
What's the temperature right now in your domain?
70.
Okay. Appreciate y'all for rolling through. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like. Be sure to ride along. Be sure to always remember when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together.
Eat good, sleep good, be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. We'll see you at BB's tomorrow.